and gentlemen, what's up, traders, and what's going on? And happy Friday. It is July 8th, 8:59 in the morning on this beautiful Friday, the end of the week, traders. And boy, oh boy, like always, I'm fired up to be here. I'm excited to get back to work with each and every one of you, and I'm excited to end this week on a strong and profitable note. So, Alpha Day Trading family, Alpha Fam, that's what I'm going to start calling you, Alpha Fam. Hit me with a big old good morning and happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. I hope you guys are getting prepared, doing that due diligence, getting in that right mindset, doing that morning routine, whatever that consists of. I hope you guys are making it happen and crushing this Friday morning, and I hope you guys had a wonderful Thursday night. And like always, I hope you guys are fired up to be here, all right, to get ready to attack this trading session and to end this week on a strong and profitable note. Because every single day, team, without fail, I am fired up to be here. I am excited to be here, and I'm excited to help you guys make money in the market. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We are going to help everybody inside of chats, the Alpha Fam, get inside of Profits Chat for the day. That is my number one goal. So get ready, buckle in, strap down, because we're hitting it hard today, team. And I'm going to hit my goal, and I want to see each and every one of you inside of Profits Chat for the day. YouTubers, U Crew, we're going to start calling you the U Crew. All right, you crew over on YouTube, hit me with a big old good morning as well. How are we doing? How are we feeling? Hit me with that good morning. Who do we have over on YouTube for today? Who is ready to rock and roll and attack this day? Again, you guys always know I am. I'm ready to go. So let's do it. Let's make it happen. Here is the structure for the morning. We're going to talk about the top penny stocks, ladies and gentlemen. What stocks have the best potential? What are our levels? What am I looking at and why? Moving on over to the SPY and the Qs, getting you guys prepared there. Talking about a couple of larger cap stocks that I like for today. Okay, team? And then we're going to have probably about 15 minutes left over to talk about the stocks that you think have the best potential for today. Our watch list today is not big. It's a Friday, right? Fridays are lack of press releases, lack of volume, lack of activity. So we know how Fridays are. Identify the best of the best opportunity, attack it, make it happen, get out of here, right? Fridays are choppy. Fridays can be challenging due to those reasons. So we have a great watch list. It's very simple today. Let's find out what stock's going to have the best opportunity for profit. Let's make it happen. Let's get prepared. Let's make that money, and let's end this week on a strong note. As soon as I'm done around 9:15 to 9:20, if you guys have any stocks whatsoever, hold them until I say go. When I say, guys, go, drop your stock, I will review them in order. If there is a stock that you think has good potential, I want to take a look at it today for you and get you guys prepared. And then I have an announcement for traders inside of chat right before the market opens as well. All right, so let's not waste any time. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, number one we're going to be discussing here is going to be SRG. So this morning, SRG to seek shareholder NOD on asset sale, dissolution, appoints Adam Metz as chairman, shares tick up after hours. So this morning we do have SRG currently at 48.8%. Nice medium float, 35 million in float here on SRG. Right, trading 6.5 million shares, on average 691. Here's one thing I want to point out with SRG. Look at that box right there. You guys notice that little blue box, that 23.54? What column is that in, guys? That's in the short float percentage column. 23% of this float is currently short. We're trading 10 times average volume. We got a nice low float. It could rip and run. It's up 50%. There's a reason for the stock to be moving. Ladies and gentlemen, this stock is on high watch for the day. This stock could be a nice little short squeeze. It could absolutely be a nice little short squeeze. We know that short squeezes like to happen on Fridays. That's why they have the name Friday Short Squeeze. All right, so SRG right now at this point in time, some would say doesn't look the best here in pre-market, right? It doesn't look the best in pre-market, but I like this stock based on a lot of that criteria that's being met to be a watch list worthy stock. This stock has a lot of my focus. The stock has a lot of my attention, and I'm putting a lot of focus on the stock here out of the gate, team. All right, so definitely want to keep the stock on watch above $8.75. We have room back up to 10 and then 10.62 here on SRG. Now, if SRG ever breaks over that 10.62 pre-market high, our final target today, team, would be $11.60. That's the 200 SMA. Again, $8.75 support, room to $10 natural resistance. Breaking over $10 natural resistance, we have room to those pre-market highs of 10.62. We ever see a break over those pre-market highs of 10.62, boom, we have room to that 11.60 here on SRG. At this point in time, it is my number one stock to keep on watch for those reasons we just discussed. Great potential, great opportunity. Let's see if we have something out of the gate to make it happen and absolutely crush this day, traders. Moving on, we have ISIG. I'm 50-50 with it. And the reason I'm 50-50 with it is it's lacking. It's underperforming compared to other stocks that are gapping up in regards to volume. Now, I like ISIG because it's a micro float stock. It's 848,000 in float, right? It's under $1 million in float. This is a stock that could absolutely go bananas. And let's be honest, we've seen this stock go bananas before, from $5 to $35 in the matter of 2 days here in December of last year. But I don't really care for the volume, right? 179,000 shares compared to the 137 on average. Very, very, very low float stock here on ISIG. It is up 25%, but we need a little bit more volume. Could it be one of those sleeper plays? Sure, it could. It could be one of those non-crowded sleeper plays here on ISIG that really start picking on up here because we do have a nice low float stock, and penny stock traders love low float stocks. So what's going on with ISIG in the first place? Why is the stock even up 26% today? That's very important to understand why the stock is up. Well, Thursday, they have a filing, and then they announced that they entered into a settlement agreement with News Corporation, under which News America agreed to pay Insignia $20 million. So shares are higher after the company, in a Thursday filing, announced it entered into a settlement agreement with News Corporation, under which News America agreed to pay them $20 million. Now, they're getting a large sum of money. They're receiving a large sum of money. And when we actually go look at our cheat sheet of hot press releases, we know that that can be a very, very good press release, receiving a large sum of money. These are hot keywords to look for in press releases. That is a 2-star keyword. So again, this type of press release does bring in attention from traders. And it's a very low float, which brings in attention from traders. It's a former supernova, which brings in attention from traders. But again, 50-50 right now, because I'm a very big visual appearance guy. When I look at a stock, I want it to look sexy. I want it to look beautiful. I want something to stand out to me. At first glance, if I don't like it, I don't like it. I don't justify why I could like it. If I look at it, there's something about it that just doesn't set right with me. I don't like it for a reason. Call it intuition, call it gut feeling, I don't know. But I'm still 50-50 with it right now at 907.52. All right, but we want to keep it on watch because it could be one of those low float sleeper plays that kind of just slide under everybody's radar, and then boom, big time rip, big time run. There is some potential. So where could we see this even go in the first place? If you break this downtrend on ISIG, you have room back up towards around these pre-market highs. Post-market highs, my bad, guys. Post-market highs at 1139. And then we can see this stock up towards around 1170. So just call it 1139 to 1170 top resistance for today. Right now, we are holding above $10 natural support. If we see ISIG cracking below $10, we can see it fade all the way back down to $9. So again, right now, we're just watching it out of the gates. There's no trade. There's no panic pop trade. There's no washout long trade. There's no, if it breaks the downtrend, I'm in. I'm going to sit back and just wait and see what this stock does at the start of the day, and even see if there's potential in the first place. But definitely ISIG is going to be on watch for now. Moving on, you got USEA IPO. When did it IPO? It IPO'd not yesterday, but the day before. So that would be Wednesday, Josh. Yeah. IPO'd Wednesday, 80 cents, ripped all the way up to 480, hit highs yesterday of 889. Now it's hitting highs of $10.12 here in pre-market. This stock is literally up from its IPO of 80 cents. What is this stock up right now? It's freaking insane, guys. Absolutely insane. It's up 1,600%, 1,300%. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. It's over 1,000% in the last 3 days. It's nuts. USEA, guys, we don't know what the float is. It's a newer IPO stock, but we do know it's up 21%. We know it's trading 4.3 million shares in pre-market. We know that the last couple of days, on average, it's traded 20 million shares. We know that there's a lot of freaking hype around this stock. There are so many traders on USEA because, again, it's been up. It is up over 1,000% in the past 2 days. This stock could be looked at as a supernova, right? In the past 2 days, it's up 1,000+%. We could say, hey, this is a supernova, right? Supernovas are 5, 6, 700%. This is definitely meeting that criteria. It's a newer IPO, and a lot of these newer IPOs bring in a lot of attention, bring in tons of focus, tons of activity from traders because the sky is the limit. There's no ceiling on how high the stock could go. So a couple things that I want to point out today with USEA is yesterday it didn't do anything whatsoever during the day. It made all of its move here in pre-market, but yesterday there was literally no opportunity. It's making a fantastic move here again in pre-market. Maybe it doesn't do anything today. Be mindful of yesterday's market conditions on this stock, okay? You do have this uptrend on USEA. You want to keep on watch. And I'm looking to see if we can hold 875, guys. 875 is one of those penny stock levels of support and resistance. And we saw 875 hit several times yesterday, several times this morning. When we broke, where did we go? Right up to $10. If you guys don't know about the 875 rule, we need to have a discussion about the 875 rule. We talk about this all the time. The 875 rule. When stocks break 875 for the first time in a long time, 80% of the time, they go right to $10. Here we go. Right to $10. You guys like the noise effect, the sound effect? To $10, right? We hit 10.12. Where are we pulling back to? Right around that 875, guys. So I want to watch USEA around that 875. Let's see if we can hold on up as support back up to $10. If we ever break $10, the sky is the limit. There is no ceiling on how high the stock could go. We could see $15 here on USEA, guys. Right? So with that being said, high watch USEA right around the 875 level. We fall below it, trend line support. We crack the trend line, you're coming down to 622. But if we can hold one of these upper levels of support, we can see a push back to 10. And if we ever break $10, this thing could go absolutely nuts all the way up towards around 15. Then who knows, maybe $20. It's already up 1,000%. Who's to say it doesn't go up another 100% from $10 to $20? That's not a lot. All right, guys. USEA is definitely on watch. And then lastly, we have APRE currently up 23% at this point in time. 16 million in float. Nice low float stock. Trading 6 million shares on average, 500,000. Definitely meeting that criteria to be a watch list worthy stock. Wedbush this morning coming in, initiating coverage on APRE with an outperform rating and announcing a price target of $3. Definitely want to keep APR on watch here today above 97 cent support, guys. 97 cent support right now at this point in time. Start cracking below 97 cents, you're coming down towards around 91 to 92 cents. I want to see the stock holding above 97, getting back above $1. If we can see that happen, we have potential to 120 here on APRE, and then we can see this as high as 146. Right now, APRE is more of a back burner for me, guys. But here are your levels once again. 97 cent support. You bounce off 97 cents, back above $1, you can take this trade up to 120. I really like these sound effects. Back up to 120. And if you ever break 120, you can see this thing rip and run all the way up towards around 146, guys. And if you do see that 97-cent level of support crack, you can see this fade back down towards around these pre-market lows of around 91 to 92 cents. Again, back burner for me because I like SRG, guys. This is a short squeeze candidate. I love it. USEA, tons of hype, tons of momentum. I just don't know if it's going to do anything today because it didn't do anything yesterday. So I'm curious to see if it can rip and run today. And if it does, there is so much potential. If not, I don't care. We got SRG with tons of potential. ISIG, former supernova, micro float stock. This thing could be a sleeper play and go absolutely bananas. And then if all else fails, we do have APRE for today as well. So SRG, ISIG, USEA, APRE, all 4 stocks that need to be on watch for today in order from the ones I like the most to the back burner. SRG, number 1. USEA, number 2. ISIG, number 3. APRE, number 4 at this point in time. All right. So this morning, I posted up some analysis here on the SPY and the Qs. Now, I know a lot of you guys, I think everybody, for the most part, is trading options. You guys aren't looking at SQs, TQs, and equities. You're trading options. So we would have had our puts play on out in pre-market. All right, so if you go into options chat, guys, go inside of options chat, look at the analysis. SPY was long over 389.83. Right, to 391.24. That could still work today. It was short under 386.81 down to 385.86, and it came down to the penny. That trade took place here in pre-market, and same thing with the Qs. Those levels were already honored. If you guys do trade SQs and TQs, you could have taken the equities position here in pre-market, and that may be something worth considering in the future. Because how many times do we see the move we expect happen in pre-market? We see it all the time, right? We see it all the time. We get prepared at 7:38, and the SPY and the Qs are already doing what we expect it to do. And then out of the gate, it's like we can't get an edge. So maybe you look at TQs, right? If we have a good long setup on the Qs, you can go trade TQs equities, right? If we have a good short setup, right, on the Qs, you can go play the SQs with equities, right? So at least that gives you an option. There's an opportunity to take advantage of these pre-market moves with the SPY and the Qs. All right, team. So again, my analysis remains the same. All right, so if we're looking at the SPY, right now, here's my thing. If we hold above 386.81, I'm going to readjust a little bit. If we hold above 386.81, I think we can play calls to 389, and then I think we can play calls up towards around that 389.83. So I'm going to readjust this a little bit, okay? We're just going to add to it. If we can stay above this low here at 386.81, I believe we could play calls confidently up towards around these highs here from pre-market and then up to this 389.83. And if we ever break 389.83, we will look to go long to 391.24 and then 393.13. If we fall back below 386.81, we will look to short this back down to these pre-market lows. So again, we're making a slight adjustment. The post here says 385.86. It's actually 385.50. So pretty darn close. So that's the only adjustment that we're going to make here on the SPYs. If we hold this 386.81, I feel confident to play calls to 389, 389.30, and then 389.83. If we ever break 389.83, I feel confident we could see 381.24 and 393.13. All right, team? If we do not hold 386.81, I believe we are going to fall back down to 385.50 and then 383.91 here on the SPY. So the key level right now that really dictates, do you have a trade at the start of the day? All right, is 386.81, guys. Give us some breathing room. Start with a contract. Scale into your position if you want. but we're probably going to see a nice big move today. I would definitely expect a big move up or down today. 2, 3, 4 points up, 2, 3, 4 points down. So the key level that you need to pay attention to, team, 386.81. That's going to dictate where we can see the SPY go today, depending on what we do out of the gates at that level of support. So do not miss the opportunity that could be here right in the first 5 to 10 minutes, guys. Put some focus on that level, see what happens, build a plan, make it happen. Start small if you have to, scale into a position to give it breathing room, but let's make it happen. We could see a big day today with the SPY. Qs, same thing, making that minor adjustment. Okay, so the Qs were long over that 295.70 to 297.28. Small adjustment. All right, team. If we break back above 293, I feel confident to play calls back up to these pre-market highs and then 295.72. Okay, if we ever break that 295.72, I also think that's a great long position. I do think you should be in way before that now based on what just happened. But again, long over 295.72, I believe we can see the Qs up to 297.28. But a small adjustment here. If we do get back above 293 and you see it holding a support, I would play that long to 295.72. And then I would leave a runner on the table up to that 297.28. That's how I'd play the Qs. Okay. What was our short position? Under 292.99 down to 290.89. What just happened? We cracked that level of support and we came right down to the penny. Do you realize what time this was posted? This was posted right at 8 o'clock. When did this move start to happen here? 8:30. So again, this was all posted at 8 o'clock and we saw crack to the penny. The SPY crack to the penny within 20, 30 cents. So this is very, very important to understand these levels. Where are these levels coming from? Why am I saying these are the levels? Because this is what I see when it comes down to my analysis. So when I post these levels, I'm usually very, very, very accurate by a couple of cents. Okay, never spot on to the penny. 10, 20 cents accuracy from level to level, from level to level. I'm very confident when I make these posts. I'm going to start doing these every single day for you guys in options. And you can build plans and base trades off these levels because that's how confident I am with these levels. And we see that here on the Qs. We cracked below 292.99. Where did we come down to? I said 290.89. We came down to 290.50. So again, within 30 cents, almost to the penny. So that's how I would play the Qs today, team. Okay, if we can get back above 293, I would feel confident to play this long here on the Qs to 295.72 and then 297.28. All right, small adjustment again. If we're holding below, right? If we're below 292.99 and we just cannot break above that level, I would feel confident to short this back down to these lows here, right around that 297 or 290.72, right? 290.72. I'd feel confident to play shorts down to that level. And then if we do start cracking below 290.72, I would feel confident to leave a runner on the table for another point to the downside. That would be 289.57. All right, that's my analysis with the SPY and the Qs. Now that we see the SPY and the Qs dropping like this, do not pay any attention to Roblox, right? So Roblox here, please do not pay any attention to that, okay? Right here, I'm deleting it. I'm going to delete it. Don't pay any attention to it. I'm giving you a heads up. Don't pay attention to it. BABA, don't pay attention to it, okay? Right now, just pay attention to the SPY and the Qs, okay? This is where the opportunity is. This is where the focus is, okay, team? Yesterday, BABA was a great trade. Yesterday, Roblox, we never had confirmation. But right now, I think the markets are going to go down. And that's going to really hurt Roblox long. That's really going to hurt the BABA long as well. All right, team. So with that being said, SPY and Qs, that's what I got. Am I still going to watch BABA? Absolutely. Am I still going to watch Roblox? Absolutely. But I don't want you guys in here taking trades based on these levels when I'm not even confident with them anymore based on the move we saw at 8:30 with the SPY and the Qs. But if I see them set back up, I will absolutely bring them back to your attention, guys. All right. So with that being said, we have about 6 minutes until we start our day. Let's go ahead and see what you guys are thinking inside the chat. What stock do you think will do the best today, team? Do you think the number one stock today is going to be SRG? That's going to be that possible short squeeze. Do you think the number one stock today is going to be ISIG? And that's that micro float stock. Do you think the number one stock today is going to be USEA? Do you think the number one stock today is going to be maybe APRE? Or are you really just focusing on the SPY and the Qs? So basically when I put SPY and Qs, guys, what I'm saying is you don't think any of these stocks are going to do anything. You think the only opportunity today is SPY and Qs. Okay, but if you think SRG could be fantastic, vote on SRG. Even if you're not going to trade SRG and you're only trading SPY and Qs, vote on SRG. Based on this pre-market stock selection session, right, what stock do you really believe is going to be the best stock? If you really believe these 4 pennies are not doing a dang thing, right, then go vote on the SPY and the Qs if that's what you think. But if you think ISIG is going to be the one that rips $10 today, but you're not trading it, I still want you guys to vote on ISIG for the accuracy of these. All right, so go ahead and cast your votes. Ladies and gentlemen, what stock do you think will do the best today? If you're over on YouTube, we're calling you the U Crew. All right, go ahead and type up inside of the message box, what stock do you think is going to do the best today? I'm going to go ahead and go vote on my SRG short squeeze, baby. 27% of the float is currently short. I like it. I love it. I tell you what, I want some more of it, baby. We're going to make it happen. Go ahead and cast those votes. If you are new to chats, right? If you are brand spanking new and you're like, Josh, where do I vote? Right? You got a couple places to vote. All right, let me pause this because it'll be weird. You got a couple places to vote. You see that little notification that just popped up? You can click that little notification. Or you can come right up here to the one that's the closest to chat. So this one right here, that's closest to the bottom, closest to chat. Click that. Go ahead and cast your votes, ladies and gentlemen, and let's see what you guys are thinking. If this banner is getting in the way and you don't like it, you see that little X button, you can go ahead and go, boop, exit out. You guys are all set, ready to rock and roll, traders. All right, let's make it happen. Let's have a fun day. Let's have a profitable day. And like I said, traders, let's make today the best day of the week. I'm officially migrated to Centerpoint Securities. I'm officially migrated to Centerpoint. My P&L at the lower right-hand side is my Centerpoint account. You do see everything besides my account number. It's going to be hard for me to pull this box over right there. All right, it's going to be hard because I cannot find a way to hide my account number, all that good stuff. So give you guys a heads up. I want to pull that over, but for now, you guys still have my P&L, which is all that matters. But I still want you guys to see, the orders and stuff like that. I want there to be a little bit more detail here. All right, so I'm going to still try and figure out how to make these adjustments over the weekend. So when I'm in a trade, all we can do is just simply pull this over, and you guys will see it real time with all that good stuff. All right, so I'm excited to see what we have going on. Excited to officially get a first day under my belt with Centerpoint. Yo, Simon, what's up? And then really quick, ladies and gentlemen, come Monday on YouTube, You Crew, come Monday, we do have a slight adjustment to our streaming hours. Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 9:30. Wednesday is our free stream day up until lunch hours. On Wednesday. So the stream will be from 9 to 12. We have a lot of things going on behind the scenes with Alpha Day Trading. There's a lot of exclusive things that will be discussed and talked about within Alpha Day Trading with our members. So again, for their own, I would say, don't know the word I'm looking for. But anyway, just want to go ahead and give you guys a heads up on the new hours. We will start to roll this out here on Monday through Friday, 9 to 9:30. Preparation session here on YouTube. Wednesday is our free live trading day from 9 to 12 on Wednesdays, guys. Just give you guys a heads up. Our new schedule coming on out. My announcement for you guys inside of chat. I posted a couple of links. I posted some messages, all right, in regards to the new platform we're going to be using. I'm having a lot of email issues. I don't know what's going on. I can't seem to get it under control and find a solution. So for now, we have a backup plan. I posted those details inside of Stock Talk, inside of alerts. You guys know exactly what the platform is, what it's going to be utilized for, and then the link. Okay, for those of you that always send me emails, for those of you that send me DMs, right? You don't post these things inside of chat. This is your way to communicate with me. I always want there to be an open line of communication between me and you, even outside of chat hours, if you really, really need help. This is going to be a great way to get in contact with me to get a great personalized response. Click the link, join, let's have some fun, start making those videos, start asking some questions. Especially if you sent me an email in the past 30 days, I may have not gotten that. I want to be able to help you guys out. The market is now live. Let's have some fun, traders. Let's make it happen, and let's crush this day. Once again, number one stock that I am personally watching right out of the gate is going to be SRG, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, we're just looking at our halt and resume scanner. Okay, we're watching high of the day momentum scanner. Is there anything that we've discussed that's hitting these scanners? Start our day, right? Do we see SRG, ISIG, USEA, anything hitting these high of the day momentum scanners? Anything hitting our breakout scanner? We do have APRE hitting that breakout scanner a little bit here. But that being a key level here on the spine, the Qs, I have to shift my attention, guys. Out of the gate, today's a day that I think there's going to be some nice movement with the spine, the Qs. So with that being said, I'm shifting my focus over to the spine, the Qs right now until we clearly have one of these penny stocks taking on off, ripping and running. And I am going to watch the Qs. Right, so right now I'm watching the Qs off to the side. TQQQ. Do you think there could be some great opportunity here to start our day, guys? Do we see one of these pennies clearly breaking out, clearly hitting a high of the day momentum scanner, clearly getting some action? Right now, I think we could see some great action right out of the gate. Spine the Q. So remember, 286.81 on the SPY, guys. 286.81 on the SPY is a level to keep on watch as support. If we hold that level, I see room to 389.83 here on the SPY. Now, if the Qs can get back above 293, I see potential to 295.72. Let's give this a few moments on the spine, the Qs, and see what we have going on. But again, I want to point out, SPY's right at that support level, and if it drops and dumps back below it, things could get interesting. Things could get in here. And you're going to see me kind of toggling back and forth between the SPY and the Qs. The reason for that is if the SPY starts cracking this 386.81, the overall market's going to move with it, and that could pull the Qs down into these lower levels for a nice crack and for a nice leg lower. Watching the SPY and the Qs off this VWAP here. Right now, just kind of sitting back, looking to see what we got coming on up, guys. Anything hitting those scanners? SRG's at 931. ISIG's at 1035. It was already above 10. APRE was already at $1. So I don't really have too much going on there. Got decreased volume on the SPY as it's trying to grind here. You look at TQs, you kind of see the same thing. TQs are moving on up on decreased volume. Got the SQQQ falling on decreased volume, so that's not what you want to see. It's a little bit of divergence there. You can consider that divergence, just so you guys know. Stocks price moving up, volume moving down. That's still a sign of divergence. It's not divergence when you talk about RSI, but it's still a form of divergence. All right, let's see what the SPY and Qs do over the next couple of minutes. All right, anything with SRG yet? That's a negative Ghost Rider. Anything with ISIG? Negative Ghost Rider. USEA? Nothing. APRE? Not crazy about it. I definitely don't like any of these pennies. So, right now, cue it up, baby. Let's cue it up. That worked, didn't it? Hey, that was fancy. That was nice. Let's cue it up. All right, I'm out. That's perfect. I'm going to end on a strong and positive note. Okay, I'm going to end on a strong and positive note. I'll see you guys on Monday. Take care. So the Qs have that 293 resistance. And we do have this big trend line I want to point out as well. So we do have this pretty nice trend line here from Wednesday that we are tapping here, right? We are tapping that level. Like, I kind of want to short TQs here. I mean, I just have a couple of things that stand out to me here. Got that resistance at 293. You've seen a lot of upper shadows, decreased volume along the move up. Let's see if we get a quick double top. All right, let's see if we get a quick double top. If I miss it, I miss it. But let's see if we get a quick double top here. Possibly on the Qs. Maybe one little bounce on back up for another attempt. And then starts to roll on over. What do you guys think? Definitely thinking if we start falling back below the 90 EMA and the VWAP after getting rejected off that 293 level, I do think we can see this come back down and at least test these pre-market lows. So I'm going to give it a few more moments here and see. Roblox is actually breaking. Jesus. BABA is actually moving too. Roblox was the mid-candle breakout. I said, don't focus on it. Guess I was wrong there. It's okay to be wrong. Roblox is actually still doing its thing. I'm glad I own Roblox. I'm glad I own some Roblox long-term. So again, I'm just kind of going back and forth between SPY and the Qs. So you guys know I'm not looking at a bajillion stocks. I'm just back and forth between SPY and Qs just to get an idea of how they're moving together. Okay? Because if we start to see the SPYs crack on down, maybe that helps pull the Qs down. Then we got something going on with BTQQQ, maybe SQs. Let's see. I like Roblox long term. I do like Roblox long term. Again, no trades yet, guys. No trades. Not seeing anything that stands out to me. The only thing I'm looking at is the Qs here off that 293 level of resistance, right along the lines of that multi-day trend line that we just discussed. The SPY, same thing. Multi-day trend line that we're getting rejected off of. And if we crack back below 386.81, I do think we can see it drop on off here, guys. So I'm tempted to maybe start a low-risk position on TQs. Right? I'm kind of tempted to start a low-risk position to the short side on TQQQ. If the SPY breaks out here and the TQs make a new high a day, I would simply just get out because I wouldn't like it. But I want to see what this candle does over the next 15 seconds. Look at all these upper shadows. Look at all of these upper shadows right at that trend line resistance on decreased volume. That kind of stands out to me. It kind of stands out, but I'm curious to see what this candle does, and I want to wait for that candle to close. And that right there, no reason to take the trade. No reason to take the trade. That candle, no reason. We're good. We're good. So now we wait for the next best opportunity, guys. You got to be very patient with your trades, right? If it means giving it 10 seconds to let a candle close, give it 10 seconds and let the candle close. If I would have jumped in right there before that candle closed, I would have been kicking myself in the butt for the trade. Unnecessary loss. Then let's wait and see how the candle closes. And right at the end, I like that sound effect. It ripped on up. Pow, pow. So we're good. Go look at maybe SRG. Anything here yet, team, with SRG? Not really. ISIG, anything here? Not yet. USEA. I do want to point out that USEA is right at that trend line. That's not a trend line. That's the trend line. It's getting close. That trend line's right around $8, so it's worth watching. Trading Hunter, I've done more of those than I'd like to admit, and that's why I'm here to reinforce it day by day, Hunter. I'm here to say don't do it. If you do it, you know you're doing something wrong, right? Right. So why do it? You got a good point, Josh. I shouldn't do it. So make the decision to not do it. I can't say how many times I prematurely jump the gun. I get in a little too soon because I'm just that confident, but there's only 5 seconds left on the candle. And I'm like, dude, what's 5 seconds? Maybe a penny or two? It's 5 seconds. Wait for the candle to close. And you see why it's important to wait. Because literally, he had 5 to 10 seconds left on this candle. It looked like it was going to get rejected and dumped. But in that last 5 seconds, strong buying pressure. And that kept us out of that trade. So it's very important. We do it, but I'm here to reinforce that every single day. I still do like SRG. I still like SRG. If it cracks below $9, you have room down to 875, Lambo guy. Stop at 880? Okay. I mean, 875 is a solid level of support, so you know. Just giving you a heads up, 875 is one of those psychological levels. Below low of day, though, it gets nasty, right, Lambo? Below low of day, below that pre-market low as well, that's when a lot of fear moves in and people really start taking profits or jumping out of the trade, and that could just drop it right below 875 as well. Because, honestly, the better level of support's all the way down to $8, right? I like the risk to reward. I love the trade. I love that you have a plan on this. I love that you have something set in stone and you're honoring it. And right now, make it happen. This is one of those stocks that could be a phenomenal short squeeze opportunity. So I'm glad that you had the confidence to pull the trigger because you had a plan behind it. That's trading well done there. Good job. But always remember, it's never a bad idea to lock in some profits on a Friday, right? It's never a bad idea to get a little paid. I want to say that. I'm not saying do anything. Just saying, I'm speaking out loud. It's never a bad idea to get paid. So right now, I think it's safe to say, as far as penny stocks go, SRG is the one that's starting to pick on up here a little bit. So let's definitely watch SRG right now at this point in time. Why did that just switch on back over? SRG. That's where we want to be focused. Right here, right now, at this point in time. So 386.81 was your support level on the SPY team, right? 386.81 was your support level. I said if you held that, you're taking it long up to 389.83 on the SPY. The Qs were above 293. And you got a little bit of a retest there. Which I have no trades yet. I'm waiting for my trade. I'm just waiting for a killer setup. That's it. I'm just waiting for a really killer setup. You know, I have probably about 4 strategies that I'm trading, right? What are those 4 strategies that I'm trading indefinitely moving forward, right? I told you guys that I'm really limiting what I trade. because I look back 2 years when I had my biggest trading month ever. My biggest trading month ever. There was like 3 strategies that I traded, and out of those 23 trading days, I traded like 13 of them. It was nuts. I barely traded. It was like half. And I had my biggest month ever on 3 strategies. Those 3 strategies are the cracks of uptrends. So again, those are shorts. So the cracks of uptrends. Again, I have all this written down because I'm that serious about it, guys. I'm taking this serious. Where's it at? You'd think I would know, but I wrote it down. Yeah, there's 4. So it's again the crack of the trend lines. Our panic pops out of the gate into levels of key resistance for the shorts. We got the dip buys, right? Intraday dip buy opportunities, and then out of the gate washout longs. Those are the only 4 strategies you're really gonna see me trade. Like serious. Like this is a big position. Let's go. I may, look to like scale in and scale out of some of these trades. Like for example, I was looking at the Qs there for a second, right? The Qs right at that level of resistance. Maybe it was the SPY. It was the SPY, right? That wasn't a crack of a trend line. That wasn't, negative divergence. That wasn't any of that. But we saw tons of selling pressure. And if that would have had a big red candle, I would have just played the price action. I would have traded the price action there. But it wouldn't have been a 5,000 share, 10,000 share series position. That would have been very, very, very low risk, very low size as well. I'm talking like 100 share low size. And you're talking, minimal, because I still want to get consistent with some of these other types of trades. In doing so, I'm going to take very, very, very low size, like $50 winners and $25 loser type low, just to give you guys a heads up, setting those expectations. But 80 to 90% of the time, I'm only going to be trading these 4 strategies, and those are my serious trades. Those are the ones that I take serious and I size up on and I'm aggressive. Those are my money-making trades right here. So right now, we're still just kind of sitting back at this point in time, looking to see what we have coming on up. And I am going to shift our attention over to the Qs. We're back below that 293. Here's what I want to see on the Qs for a short. And this means shorting TQQQ or going long on SQQQ. This is what I want to see here coming on up. On the Qs. I got like a second to do this. I want to see the drop back below that level of resistance, right? It was a resistance. It's back below it. I want to see a retest, and I want to see the continuation on down. Okay, so all I want to see is a slight little bounce here, pop back up, hit that level of resistance, and then get rejected and start its move lower. That's what I want to see here on the Qs. So a crack and retest followed by the continuation down. I like the volume here. That stands out. So along that drop, along that dump, the volume's confirming the selling pressure. We need to see weak volume. 2 to 3 candles back on up. On weak volume, I am looking to short DQQQ. Come on, give me a better retest, baby. Give me a better retest. Good job taking some profits, Lambo. You could always re-enter, right? We can always re-enter. You're in it, expecting something to happen. It's not happening based on your expectations. Take your profit. If it looks good again and it sets back up, jump right back in. That's the beauty about day trading, is you don't have to stay in forever. You get in, you like it, you hold on to it, the trade works, you make your money. You get in with some expectations. It's not really doing what you think it's going to do. Get out, take some money if you have it, look to get right back in if it sets back up. Smart job, good job, way to get paid on Friday. I like that decision making. You're not being greedy. Very nice. Very nice. You're not being greedy. I like it. You're getting paid. Little base hit's a little base hit. Green is green. Good job, Lambo. I haven't seen my trade either. I saw it on the SPY for the short, like you did on the Qs. But glad you said let the candle close. I'll hold you accountable. But you still made the right decision, right? I still think you made the right decision to go ahead and walk away from that trade. A lot of selling pressure at 975. You had like 3-4 upper shadows there. You made the right decision. Because what happens if it dumps $1 right here? You would lose. So you went ahead and got paid, right? You got paid a little bit, right? And you're preventing taking on more risk if this low float stock decides to just dump on up. We're waiting for a bounce back on up, guys, on the Qs, right? We're waiting for a short-term bounce. I'm talking like a 2 or 3-legged pullback. 2 or 3-legged pullback, a nice little weak bounce on up. We want to short the next bounce, right? This is very strong selling pressure here. Very strong selling pressure. We want to see a short-term bounce, right? And we want to short that short-term bounce for the next leg down. So we just have to wait, because right now, let's be honest, if you're taking puts here, if you're shorting this right here, you're chasing the short. You're chasing it to the short side, right? So let it bounce on back up a little bit into that 9 EMA, maybe into that VWAP. Be a nice little 2 or 3-legged pullback strategy. But right now, we want to wait for the bounce on back up, and then we're going to get that next leg down. Okay, team? But we are getting smacked. Wow, that's a big decline there on the spine of the Qs. That's a very, very big drop on off. We just gave all of that back. That 15 minutes of grinding, we just gave back in literally 5 minutes. So what took 15 minutes, we literally just gave it back in 5. We need a bounce on back up into the VWAP or the 9 EMA. Just a bounce on back up, that light volume bounce, that weak bounce, okay? And then we'll see the sellers come back in for the next leg down to this low here, I would say. So we just got to get a little bit of a bounce, guys. That's it. Slight little bounce here to get that entry. Because right now, let's be honest, we are chasing this. We are chasing this to the short side right here. But here's what I am going to do. It's so overextended to the downside. All right, it's so overextended to the downside that if it continues to drop like this right to this pre-market low, I will take it for a dip buy. And a dip buy is one of my go-to strategies. So if we see the Qs continue this dump right down to this 290.55, that's a dip buy. That's a dip buy. Or we see a weak bounce on back up. It starts to roll on over, and then we get that drop on off. I know my chart looks a little messy right now, but we're focused. We're zoned in. All right? We're focused. We're zoned in. Let's see if we got a trade coming on up. It's still wanting to drop on off here a little bit. Jeez. I'm still looking for that dip buy, guys. 290.50 dip buy. Stops nice and tight. 290.50 dip buy on TQQQ. Stops nice and tight. So the entry on TQs would be 26.54 dip buy. Risk about 5 cents. I'd put stops maybe at 26.48 because I'd expect it to come down to the penny and get a nice little maybe 20-30 cent dip buy out of it. I would probably risk about 5 cents on that if it did come down for the dip buy. But right now, I'm still not in this at this point in time. Readjust that extension because we actually are a little bit lower. So let's take that extension and let's readjust it to that low here. Right back up. Not a huge adjustment, but it's a slight adjustment that makes sense. Remove that trend line out of here. Clean it up a little bit. Remove that level off here. Clean it up a little bit. All right, we're good. We're good. That would make sense. A 123.6 extension lines up with that low. That makes a lot of sense here. This extension seems to be valid. 38.2. Yeah, this is a pretty valid extension. I would base a trade looking at this extension level here, because it's being validated. Along the move down, it was validated. The 123.6 extension happens to be that pre-market low. Shocking. This resistance level right here in pre-market is our 61.8 extension. Shocking, right? And this pre-market high here was our 38.2 extension. Shocking, right? No, that's a Fibonacci number. That's a Fibonacci extension. I love Fibonacci extensions. I would absolutely look for a dip buy down here off these lows. Again, I don't have a trade yet on the table, but I am waiting. I am focused. I am ready to rock. Is there any other penny doing anything right now at this point in time, guys? I got some focus here, and I want to make sure we don't miss anything, okay? I want to make sure we're not missing anything. I don't want to miss any opportunities. But do you guys notice anything right now at this point in time that's really standing out to you? You're like, Josh, dude, you are missing it. It is not with the Qs right now. It's with ABC stock. Get your focus over to ABC stock right now. You guys see that stock? Let me know. I like these big drops. I like these pullbacks. How are we looking on a 5-minute right now? 5-minute? I like the one. USEA tanked. I was thinking it was going to, because yesterday it didn't do anything. And I was like, that was the one thing I said. I was like, guys, USEA didn't really do a lot yesterday. Did it really do anything today? We'll see. But yesterday it was a pre-market trade, and they didn't do anything intraday. So good thing we're not looking at these pennies right now, because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of opportunity with these penny stocks. The opportunity is simply here on QQQ. You guys are trading options. You're trading dailies with a 30 delta, right? You're trading daily expiration. So today's expiration on a 30 delta. That's how you're going to be able to manage your risk reward, right? So for every dollar the Qs go against you, you lose $30 per contract. For every dollar the Qs go with you, you're going to make $30 for every contract you hold. So if you're wondering, Josh, what do I buy call or put wise? You simply look at today's expiration and find a 30 delta. That's it. Find a 30 delta. Ooh, that's a pullback into the 9 EMA. That's sexy looking. I like that. I like that. But it's not my trade. I like it, though, because it's into that 78.6 extension level, and it's into that 9 EMA, and that's like a little three-legged pullback, but that's not my trade. I'm waiting. I'm going to wait for this candle to close and see what we do here. I'm going to wait for this this candle to close. If this leaves a large upper shadow back below 291.75, I would short it. But right now, I am waiting. As soon as I have my trade, you'll see it pop up on the P&L. Right? You'll see that I'm in a trade, and I will call it out as soon as I'm in, and I will explain why I'm in as well. Look at FFIE. I can take a look at FFIE real quick. Got resistance at 640. Resistance at 640 FFIE with $6 natural support, right? So $6 natural support. Ideally, you'd want to see that natural level of support hold on up right around $6. at the lowest, right around 590, but you have room back to 640. SRG. Oh, SRG doesn't look all that good. Head and shoulders formation, crack of the trend line. SRG. I'm not sure. Let's see if we have anything there right now. At first glance, does concern me a little bit. I would expect to get one more little pop on up here, guys. It's either A, I'm going to grab a short here really soon. Either A, we get a quick little top here, right around 292.21 on the Qs, and I'm going to short it for the pullback to this low, and that's where I cover. Or it's going to dump here right now and come right down to our 290.55. I'm looking for a dip buy. I don't know if it's going to be a big bounce that I'm expecting off that low. And I like it, but I don't know if it's going to be a huge bounce. I'm really tempted to pull. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very tempted to pull the trigger here. Everything looks really nice for a drop on down. But at the same time, discipline, baby. Discipline. It's tempting. Like, my finger wants to click the button. It really wants to go click, but I can't. I got to be super disciplined. Look at that weak bounce here, guys. Look at that weak bounce here. Let's see what we got. Have here. If I got some scalping fingers. So we didn't get the continuation on down. We did not see that continuation on down here through that low. We are getting a bounce back on up here, though. A little bit of a bounce on back up into that 292.21 resistance. I still think it could pop up a little bit higher before it does continue back down, because that's a 50% extension. So a 50% extension is right at 292.50, and I'm thinking that 292.50 could be that level before we actually see the leg down into the 290.55 level. So I would scale in here. I would just be smart. I would look to scale in, because I am liking what I see here. We're at 27. We have room down to 26.50. I'd have to scale at 1,000. Okay. Still not in. Still waiting for the best of the best of the best entry here. We got about 45 seconds left on this candle. I want to see how these candles start to close on out. You have anything that stands out on a 3-minute time frame? Definitely looks like a little bit of a... Yeah, the 5-minute even looks good. That's a 2-legged pullback on the 5. Into the 9 EMA, maybe a wick up to that VWAP. Yeah, I like it. I like it. The 5-minute looks fantastic. I'd like to see if we get rejected here off that 290.50. That's our 50% extension, and then we see it roll on over. I'd be willing to start a very teeny position, the short side there, right off the penny, but I'm not in yet because that was a strong close on that last candle. Yeah, that was a strong close on that last candle, but it's tempting. Here, I'm going to start a small one. I'm going to start a small position here, looking for that to be a to-the-penny rejection. I'm looking for that to be a to-the-penny rejection here off that 50% extension and start to see sellers move in. If not, I'm jumping right back out. If it's not a to-the-penny rejection and it just dump, I am right back out. So I am short right now on TQQQ. I am short 500 shares, finger on the cover button, just in case I am not correct, and this is not a to-the-penny rejection followed by an immediate drop. I will simply get right out of this. But if you look at the 5-minute time frame, it's a really decent-looking two-legged pullback. It's a really decent-looking two-legged pullback here. So like 292.60 on the Qs, I'll cut it. 292.60 on the Qs, I'll cut it because that's strong. I don't want to hold this into the 292.60s because it'll probably continue to squeeze on up. But on the 5-minute time frame, it looks like a nice little two-legged pullback. You're right at the 50% extension level. Let's see if this is going to be our two-legged pullback for that leg lower, and we could see a measured move down into the 290s. Let's see if this is something that is going to work on out, and then I could start adding to the position if I'm correct. Finger on the trigger, though. Finger on the trigger. I may want to add to it below 292. There's 292.20. Finger on the trigger, 292.19. We want to see some strong selling volume move on in. We don't want to see any attempt to bounce. There we go. Come on, strong selling volume, baby. Pull this sucker down. We're not really seeing the movement here on TQs. What's my cost basis? 27.05. 27.05. So still haven't added to it yet. Keeping it nice and tight. If I see the Qs at 292.60, I'm out of TQQQ short. I haven't added to it yet, but I'm wanting to really add to it, guys. What do I have? 500 shares? Yeah, 500 shares. The trade feels good. No hesitation. With confidence. Very confident. No hesitation. Grabbed it to the penny. Would I be touching it right now? No. Right? Like, honestly, if I wasn't already in right there close to the 292.50 on the Qs, I would not be in right now. I feel like I'd be a little too late, but right now, I'm willing to work with this. But there's a little bit of a lack of correlation between SPY and Qs, like, or not the SPY and the Qs, I'm sorry, TQQQ and the Qs. But I'm getting ready to add to my short here, possibly on TQQQ, if we do get that crack below 292. I don't like that. It may squeeze here. This candle has to go red for the add, or I'm getting out. So this candle must go red, but that looks like it wants to get one more pop on up. If it doesn't dump below 292, I have to jump out of this. But I just switched my finger to the short side. I'm getting ready to add to my TQQQ short. I'm adding 1,000 shares added. Now let's see that drop. Let's see that drop. Let's continue the drop, and now we want selling pressure to continue to move on in. Now, right now, we want to see it continue to open on up to the downside. What's my cost basis? 27. We want to just see it open on up. We don't want to see it back above 292. We want to see open on up and just get that continuation drop to the downside. That's ideally what we would want to see here. Not liking it. We want to see it open on up and really just get that continuation drop and really see that selling pressure move right back in. The price action is exactly what we want to see for that to be a beautiful 5-minute two-legged pullback right off that 50% extension for the measured move lower. I want to see a similar drop that we just saw. You see that? Just nothing but red, 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 red. Just nothing but red on down. That's what I'm expecting to see here right now. It's just nothing but red all the way down into the 290s for that measured move. If we continue to drop, I am going to add another 1,000 shares. My stops would be dirt tight. Can we get something here? Can we make a little buck? Can we make a couple bucks? No, I'm not liking it back above 292 here. I gave it. I'm going to get out for now. I'm not digging it. I'm not digging it. Where's my P&L at? Oh, that's my order book. Okay, I'm going to pull it over and show you guys that I'm out. You guys can see this. I lost 19 bucks just because I'm not a fan of it right now. I'll look for a re-entry, but the price action is kind of suggesting here that it may squeeze a little bit higher. I'm not expecting this to chop around up here. I'm expecting this to come right back down, and it's not. So I'm out because I think it's going to squeeze a little bit higher and squeeze me out. I'm not confident anymore. I'm out of the trade for now, guys. I'm out of the trade for now. I lost $19 on that. See if it sets back up. I still think it has potential because if you look at this on a 5-minute time frame, that was a beautiful two-legged pullback into that 50% extension level, and it was meeting all the criteria that needed to be met for this to be a continuation leg down, but it is just bouncing around a little too much here, which I'm not a fan of. But let's see, because it could give me what I want for a re-entry. But just in case, just to play it safe, I went ahead and got out. Because what if squeezed? We know that when the Qs and the SPYs squeeze, they squeeze aggressively. And I wasn't willing to see this be a candle that went whoop, 50 cents to the upside, and I take a stupid loss, an unnecessary loss. Not worth it. So I had to walk away for a second. I just had to walk away for a second because I just, not the fear, but I'm concerned that this is going to be one of those really crazy volatile squeeze candles that just completely takes me from a good trade to a why did I hold the trade too long? That's an unnecessary loss. But I've been watching the Qs for the past 30 minutes. And I'm getting to know the Qs. I'm feeling out the Qs. Right? I'm feeling them out. What's the price action like? The volume. Sellers, buyers, right? I'm getting to know the Qs. So the next time I see a trade, I'm going to feel very confident to pull the trigger. I'm going to be a little bit more confident possibly to pull the trigger, right? Yeah. So instead of me going all over the place, this stock, that stock, that stock, this stock. No. Like, I've been watching the Qs for 30 minutes. I feel comfortable with the movement. I feel pretty good about the movement here with the Qs that if I see another opportunity, I'm going to feel pretty comfortable and confident to jump on in. Since I was in that trade, I'd never had a chance to drop YouTube. So you guys got a nice little sneak peek of an attempted trade here on the Q short. And we saw it was moving in my favor. It was moving in my direction. It met multiple pieces of criteria to be a killer trade. It just didn't follow through. It didn't play out the way I expected. So I got out. I lost $19. 19 bucks to just walk away. If I was still holding this trade, I'd be down a little over $200 at this point in time. I didn't see what I wanted to see. I lost a little bit of confidence. Reading the price action, not digging it. I'm out. I'm out of the trade. I don't want to hold this. I can get right back in. All right, guys, so enjoy the rest of your day on YouTube. Again, you guys got a nice sneak peek, but come Monday at 9:30, every single day, the stream will be dropping. So again, Monday through Friday, you have from 9 to 9:30 with us to get prepared. And then on Wednesdays from 9 to 12 to live trade with us as well for our free stream Wednesday. So enjoy your weekend. Have some fun. Trade safe. Trade smart out in this market today, guys. Play it safe. Make that money. Make it happen. I'll see you back here Monday at 9 a.m. And don't forget our 4th of July promo. Do not forget that we still have 2 seats left for our 4th of July promo. And I can't tell you when the next time we're going to be dropping one. If you do join right now, it's a killer sale. It's a killer special. You're getting so much value. And you're going to be grandfathered in for our small account challenge that will be starting possibly here August 1st, but no later than September 1st. The guys want to be enrolled and join and be a part of the small account challenge, and you want to save thousands, this is your opportunity. 2 seats left on the website. You guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. Enjoy the rest of your day. The coupon is Alpha100 on the yearly plan. So all caps, ALPHA 100 on the yearly membership. Everything we've already discussed, you're fully aware of it. But again, 2 seats left. Enjoy your weekend. Have some fun. and be safe out here in the market. I'll see you back here Monday morning.